Welcome to Laramie, Wyoming, and one of the highest elevations you will find in all of college football. And it is home to the Wyoming Cowboys, and they have a taste for the spicy brown mustard. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the SMU Mustangs taking on the winners of 9 straight, the Wyoming Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Cowboys will put total leather and we'll get started. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the... So SMU's offense takes the field. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you're risking running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways. This guy is very dangerous.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not a lot of daylight, he gets 1 to the 32.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. Got some room to run. The 20. Touchdown, Wyoming. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 after the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs management. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. After 40, there he goes. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life...
Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
So Wyoming's offense has the ball for the first time. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, 2 alphas, 2 guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
Second down coming up. Looking downfield, it's Mung. Getting some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Past the first down marker and still running. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to take off. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Goes to the option. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The Cowboys in the hurry up. A run for the quarterback. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that 1st down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the 1st down marker. Turnover on downs.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Smashes. Had nowhere to go. Couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field. Put the pressure on him. Got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. hauls it in and looking upfield. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag.
What are you looking at?
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. On the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run the option. Oh, it's loose. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Pulls and fires complete. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Now, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
This quarterback part of their running game. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11 on 11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play.
Touchdown, Mustard and Brown. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And right down the middle. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Guys, we have Wyoming on top as we reach the end of the quarter. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to pass, it's Jennings. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Going to try to get it himself. At the 45 on his way. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Gets it out quickly. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Great job by the quarterback there. He saw the safety bite on the run fake. So as the safety comes running downhill, he now knows he has the slant throw to his receiver on the outside.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Unloads quickly.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take
Now on second down. They go to the draw. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. He finds his man, and he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Defense were always trying to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
Offense gets set for second down. To the air, it's Jennings. Bought a little time, lets it go. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
And the offense got themselves.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And they'll send out the field goal unit. The field goal is no good. Thought maybe that field goal could start some momentum. Instead, the deficit is still 16.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right.
Got his man quickly. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Oh, I love when they sneak the big fella out of the backfield. They're usually blocking so much. Nice job with a little play action. Slide him, give him the rock.
They want to just keep throwing it. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but 3rd down's coming up.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
To throw, it's Mung. Quick completion on the out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with the first down. And the Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Try to get it to the edge. Thrust that arm out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
He's going to run it. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Cowboys are stopped, but not before getting the first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough space. Touchdown, Cowboys! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Carroll. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They'll throw it on first down. He makes the connection. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. To the air, it's Jennings. Makes the catch. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. He wants to throw. Using the quick game. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Steps away to find some room. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo. Out of the shotgun on third down. Immediately fires to the middle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Mustangs will have it first and 10. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. They'll line up for a second down play. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. That's caught. It's Parker. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes a connection. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Escapes the sack. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. Good, right down the boulevard. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here's the return from inside his 10. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, who's got a better seat there today in Laramie than you do? An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job.
Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it down. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
His running ability has been, I think, the biggest key for his offense's success so far in this game. That time on the RPO, nobody open, and he just takes off running. And we've seen him do it in a variety of ways, on designed runs, on scrambles, and even in the RPO game. He's making the right decisions, and he's just too athletic for this defense to tackle.
Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too, because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. He looks that one in nicely. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He'll ride his man on the option. Touchdown, Wyoming! And the pummeling has started. They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Carroll. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Off the play fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Parker. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Now adjusting. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. And the Mustangs are flying down the field.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Takes the handoff. It's Parker. Still on his feet at the 45. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Looking to scramble. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to run, it's Parker. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, the running back has it. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of...
And he's got it! Touchdown, SMU!
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him, had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They're facing a 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Mung. Throws to the wideout. Pass on the way out, it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
42, Spider.
He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snags it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Mustangs are on the move. Looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Mustangs! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They've only converted 1 time in 3 fourth-down attempts, but they'll try to move the sticks with this one. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's got it, and they convert. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
And with a lead like they have here in the 4th quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
Dropping back, it's Mung. Unloads to the wideout. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
And the Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continue.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, and you don't want to make it interesting, right? You got a 2-possession lead. You want to go out there, take care of the football, cough it up. The coaches are going to be very, very ticked off. The defense now, go make them earn it all the way down the field. Let that clock run out.
Smashes through. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Going up top on first down. They're trying to know where to go, and the ball is loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And this really puts it at reach. I mean, it was already a tall order, and you had to be aggressive in this situation, but now with this turnover, this one's all but over.
Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Cowboys! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
And I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about. Now, obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Looking to the big tight end. And that one's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. On third down, he drops the throw. And it's picked off for the third time today. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
He's looking for an open man on second down. And it's a big stride inside the 10. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They